The next step in the process is to dip the plate in a sulfuric acid reagent. We're going to do that using our immersion device, and what this basically does is it lowers the plate into the solution, the reagent here, and then pulls it out. And it's a nice controlled dipping process versus trying to do this by hand. It's also much better than spraying because you get a nice even background versus if you spray the reagent onto the plate, you tend to get a variation in the reagent, so the results may not be as nice. What I've done is I've put about 200 milliliters of the sulfuric acid reagent into this dipping tank. Yes, that's a lot of solution, but you can actually reuse this solution. But what we do when we're finished is we pour this back into a container and put it in the refrigerator, and it will last for quite a few immersions, and so you're not wasting. It sounds like a lot when you compare that to spraying, but with spraying you're using that 50 milliliters or whatever one time, whereas this you're reusing it several times. And we can give you recommendations as far as how long some of these derivatizing reagents will last. So again, I've got about 200 milliliters of my reagent in here. Here we have our plate, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to use this holder to clip the plate like so, and this will now fit onto this piece here. And we have two settings. We have a time and speed setting here. Right now we have a time set for 0 seconds, which means it's going to just dip the plate into the reagent and then pull it back out. So it's not going to stay in the solution for very long. And you can change that up to 8 seconds or even an infinity, which means it will just go down and it'll stay until you tell it to come out. There's a speed setting. We have 1 through 5, 5 being the fastest. That is what we have ours set to. So now I'm going to put the plate onto the holder. So now it's ready to be dipped, and all I have to do is press this button and the dipping process will occur. Once that's finished, I'm going to then remove the plate, and then we'll take it over to the TLC plate heater where we would then heat up the plate for the next step. So now I'm going to show you how this is going to work. Press the button, dips the plate, and it pulls it out. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Here you can see we've placed our HPTLC plate onto the plate heater, and this will stay at roughly 100 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. I have a timer going now, and as you can see, you maybe can see some of the fractions on the plate are starting to show and be visualized. The plate heater will allow you to control the temperature up to 200 degrees Celsius. Very tight controls across this area right here. So very good heating, very even distribution of heat. And as you can see, that maybe this is in the hood, so this is where you want to do something like this because of any potential fumes that are coming off of the plate. So again, that's going to stay on for 10 minutes, and then once we're finished with that, we're going to remove the plate and take it back to the visualizer where we will acquire new images after derivatization. So the next step in the software is the derivatization step, where we are using the immersion device as shown here. The immersion device is not connected to the software, so there's no actual control of the immersion device. However, the parameters have all been entered into this method, and we will click continue, and here is our settings and the reagent that we use and everything for this particular derivatization. And you'll notice the plate heater is also listed here, so this is both the immersion device and the plate heater combined in one step. Again, since it's not actually controlled, it's just more here for informational purposes. And I will click continue, and then we'll just immediately move on to the next step, which is going to be our image acquisition after derivatization. So I'll just click continue, and then we'll move on to the next step.